Hi everyone on Facebook, this is Jess, and you might notice my surroundings have changed a little bit if you've seen one of my live streams before. I used to try to do them on the beach around sunset, and I have since relocated, and I think you might know where I live now. I'm in the DC metro area, and I have some things I wanted to share with my friends. One thing was I wanted to talk about how a few weeks ago I did a live stream about messaging and the 2016 presidential campaigns, and Mark Zuckerberg took down my video. It was titled, "Is Donald Trump a Marketing Genius?" And not that I, am in love with the president, but I thought it was quite interesting that this video was taken down coming from someone who is not supportive of either major party, and it was gone. So I wanted to recap real quick the points I made in that video since it has since disappeared. The 2016 presidential campaigns. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. I'll talk a little bit about what's going on back here in just a second. So my point is that messaging is key and crucial when you're trying to get out the vote and develop a campaign and an identity for yourself. Hillary Clinton's slogan was "Stronger Together." Nobody remembers that 2 years later, and the Podesta email leaks revealed that the Clinton campaign actually had 84 draft slogans, all of which were awful, and you can read those online thanks to the Podesta email leaks. The Johnson-Weld campaign was "Our Best America Yet." That one didn't get used very much and did not resonate with Americans. Donald Trump's was, you know it, "Make America Great Again." So that was a message that actually was trademarked in 2012 by Donald Trump. He has already trademarked before he was even elected, "Keep America Great." So we know Donald Trump's slogan in 2020. So that was the point I wanted to make, and Zuckerberg took down my thoughts, so there you go. Behind me is the United to Love rally, and it is a rally of people of faith. It's a prayerful rally for peace and justice and love. And I'm here. I know probably many of you know that there's supposed to be white nationalist a rally here at the National Mall today. It's going to be someplace I don't plan on heading over that way, but I just wanted to come out because I live here now, and I'm going to spend the rest of my day at the Natural History Museum enjoying my new backyard. So what I wanted to get to was how I became a political operative at the age of 28, and how you can consider becoming a political operative, and some things that I've actually learned. So I'm a libertarian. I am very involved with the Libertarian Party, and there's something we have very few of in the party, which is political operatives. And the people that are Republicans and Democrats that get involved very early in their lives with political campaigns have no problem becoming a political operative. Political operatives are generally paid, they work full-time, and they do various numbers of tasks that are for political campaigns and political parties or political issues and initiatives. So the Libertarian Party has very few political operatives, and I think for us to be successful, we need to get more of these people that have skills in political organizing and campaigning. But the difficulty there is because political operatives are generally full-time. So I actually consider myself a political operative. I became an operative at 28 years old. This is very late in the game for many people because they start out in their teenage years when they're either in high school or in college. So let me talk to you a little bit about what I've learned since I've become an operative. So my first time, I've been a political activist for over a decade now. I've never been paid for it. I spent lots of money being a political activist for about 8 years of my life. I volunteered on campaigns in Ohio. I ran for office in Ohio. I've been an organizer for libertarian groups at the college level and in a retirement community when I lived in a retirement community in Florida for a year and a half. So I have been really involved as an activist. When I find a campaign and a candidate I like, I give them a lot of my time. Sometimes I give them my money. So it actually just happened in 2016 was kind of the year that I just dove head in, harder, faster, deeper than I ever have before. I got involved with multiple campaigns, a Senate race in Florida, someone that was running for president of the United States with the Libertarian Party's ticket. I was helping his campaign. and also someone running for chair of the national party. So I was very involved in the spring of 2016. After my presidential candidate of choice did not receive the nomination, I decided I'd focus locally in Florida. That was until I found out that the Johnson Weld campaign did need some extra support and some help. So I ended up becoming a state director on the Johnson Weld campaign. And I organized the state very quickly. My friend Zach Gerritsen, who's watching, was one of my volunteers in the Panhandle in Florida for the campaign. So we got organized very quickly and kind of surprised the Johnson Weld campaign as to how did Florida get operating so quickly. And they asked if I wanted to work for the campaign. And I said I would absolutely quit my job in a heartbeat to work on this campaign, but I can't relocate. So I ended up eventually, hey Zach, hey everybody that's watching, Danny, I love you too, thanks for the message the other day. So I ended up getting a job working for Governor Weld and doing his event planning, and I was traveling with Governor Weld, and I was on the digital team for the Johnson Weld campaign, and I was on the grassroots effort team for the Johnson Weld campaign, and I was doing a lot of different things. And also I was Gary Johnson's event planner for a few weeks as well in the last few weeks of the election. So here's the things that I've learned, and I'm going to wrap this up and I'm going to go check out the Natural History Museum. But these are the tips from Jess on how, if you are interested in becoming a political operative, this is what I would suggest for you. So being a political operative is very hard work. There's really no such thing as a 40-hour work week. When you're getting paid and working in the political arena, you're generally putting in so much more time than just 40 hours. Resources are always very precious and few. Everybody that's getting paid is coming from donors or from corporations. In the Liberty Movement, we don't really take big money from corporations, so our money is coming from donors. So the time that you're spending as an operative and working is very precious because whoever is paying for you wants to get as much out of you as possible. Makes sense, right? So it's very hard work. Another thing I want to talk about is the life balance of being a political operative. Generally, some areas of your life are going to suffer because life balance is very difficult when you're putting in a lot of time and effort into your operation, whatever it may be. And for me personally, health took a back seat when I worked on the Johnson Weld campaign. Health took a back seat when I managed voluntarily a campaign in Florida for Allison Foxall for her state house race in a special election. I was putting in, on top of my work week, which was already over 40 hours a week, I was putting in 20 to 30 hours a week there. So you can imagine how life balance becomes very, very difficult. So just a word of warning, if you are interested in the political operative lifestyle, expect that some other areas of your life are probably going to suffer, and you're going to have to find out what is the most important to you and focus on that. As an operative, you're going to make less money than you would in the public or private sector. I already mentioned how resources are few and far between, so you're going to likely not be paid as much as you are paid in the private or public sector. You can probably also expect that you might be a contractor, so you may not have health insurance or health benefits or retirement. So those are some things to keep in mind if you're interested in pursuing a lifestyle of a political operative. And yeah, drive Uber, spread the word. I've heard a lot of people say they talk about libertarianism while they're driving Uber. Okay, another thing that you should probably be aware of is that it might require you to relocate often. I have some friends in the Republican Party and the Democratic Party that they move every couple years with the election cycles. They go off to a state, whatever there is needed. You just kind of have to be ready to pack up and move depending on what's going to happen with your job situation. Be willing to learn is advice I have for you. Being a political operative and learning the skill of campaigning is a bit of an art form, and it takes a lot of time to learn all of the components on it. So always be willing to learn from someone that has some more experience than you do. Do work beneath you. Like these campaigns, I've said, they're underfunded. Sometimes you're going to have to do some work that's just beneath you because there's nobody else to do it. So you're going to have to be willing to do some of the work that you might not want to be spending your time doing, but it's necessary in order for the organization or for the campaign or whatever to move on to the next step. And then another thing I'd like to share, the last and final piece of being a political operative, is that earning the trust of others comes slowly. So with an organization or campaign, sometimes there's concerns about infiltrators coming to gather the knowledge and data and whatever is the organization intel could be that could be taken to another side. So you will find that a lot of times the trust doesn't happen overnight, and you have to build it up. And once you have the trust, it's generally you've got it all, and you know, you have a lot of people that are very supportive of you, and you can get involved to a deeper level. But just know that. So those are all the little tips that I wanted to share with anyone that's considering becoming a political operative. I am so actually very, very happy to be doing what I'm doing. I can't imagine my life any other way than it is right now. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I would love to see the Libertarian Party succeed, and I would love to see our candidates succeed, and I'd love to see more people working as full-time libertarians and making money in this movement, because I believe it's out there and I believe the day is coming. It's going to happen. I've been doing this for 10 years now, and I'm never going to stop. So don't ever ask me to stop doing what I'm doing, because I will not, and I'll probably stop talking to you. So thank you everybody for watching my live stream. I'm gonna go explore the mall a little bit and go to the Natural History Museum. If you have questions, I'd love to answer them. And I am also going to be putting my personal page in the comments for my Facebook page, because I'm going to try to start putting more of my political content on a page rather than my personal profile, so I can see more of your babies and your wedding pictures and your vacation pictures rather than politics all the time. Okay, have a great day everyone. Thank you so much.